How we doing, folks? Most of Slinger Sports coming at you from Waco, Texas here. Where today we got to see the true Big 12 champs today, James, didn't we? Baylor Bears?
I don't know. It's Big 12 says they're co-champions between TCU and Baylor, so that's a good little discussion. I think Art Briles made some good points in his post-game conferences, and especially too the tweet that you showed me while we were in there in the post-game press conference was pretty interesting too.
Yes, like if this would have been Texas or Oklahoma that are going 11-1, and that were Big 12 champs or Big 12 co-champs, you wouldn't leave Oklahoma or Texas out of it. But it looks like Baylor's going to be left out of this at the moment.
Yeah, it's like I've said all along. These name brand schools don't want these small schools coming in and beating them, because it's not going to do good for them. It's only going to do good for the small schools to do something with them. And plus, I think I don't know if you can tell or not, the sign behind us pretty much says everything that Baylor needs to say too. It talks about their defeat over TCU, 51-68. It talks about their defeat
in Norman
over OU, right? And then it also talks about their win tonight over number 9 Kansas State.
It says settled on the field.
I'm baffled. I don't know what's going to happen. You tell me.
Gosh, there's no telling. You hear all this talk about Ohio State sneaking in now with their impressive win over Wisconsin. And is Florida State going to fall out? Are they going to stay in? You hear everyone's got an opinion. There's a stat out there for everything now, and it just all comes down to this committee pulling all this together and making a decision. And who knows what they're going to do?
Well, yeah, but it is an impressive stat. To win the Big 12 back-to-back years,
yes,
is something to be said about something. Oklahoma is the only other team that has ever done that. So it remains to be seen. It's up there on the banners around here saying 2013, 2014 Big 12 champs. It just hadn't been put on the wall over here yet. I just want to say that, when we started this little venture out in that bar with that conversation we had in May, I never thought that we would have the privilege to actually watch 3 games as hard as we did that played a major part in this, being the TCU Baylor game, the Kansas State Baylor game, and then also we covered the Minnesota TCU game, which was, I think, our first game.
It was our first game, yeah.
So, that was 3 good games to have in one year that basically was something that's going to be said in the playoffs. What do you look forward to? Do you think it's Cotton Bowl?
For Baylor?
Yeah.
Essentially, I think so. I think they're going to keep TCU in. I think they're going to keep Florida State at 4, and then you're going to have Alabama 1, Oregon 2. I don't see where this talk of Ohio State sneaking in all of a sudden is really coming from, or the evidence to back it up other than just a big-name school, which kind of irritates me and I think is the bad way to go about it. But I think at the moment you're going to have Alabama, Oregon, TCU, and Florida State. And it look like Baylor and Ohio State are going to be 2 left out.
Now, we've seen 3 games of TCU's this year. The one down here, we saw the OU-TCU game that was at Amy Carter, and the Minnesota game we've already talked about here on this tape here. How do you think they set up against Oregon?
Oregon, their offense is very similar. Spread, get the speed guys out on the outside. They both have quarterbacks that can run and throw. Defenses would be the issue. Gary Patterson is a defensive guy. He is known for shutting some offenses down. He does have that defensive mindset. But the key factor would be, could he slow down Oregon enough? And also, same thing for Oregon. Could they slow down TCU enough with their firepower that they have? And I think that'd be the best matchup, in my opinion, to see out of the whole college football playoff would be see these 2 offenses go at each other and just put up some video game-like numbers.
Yeah, that's pretty much it from here. We don't know what the rest of the football holds into for us here. We don't know what we're going to be covering. It'd be nice if we had the money. We've been approved to go to the Heisman next week, but that's probably not going to happen.
Yeah, it won't happen.
It would be nice to do. But we should have some more coverage coming to you. It's going to be a bowl game. We don't know. Heart of Texas, Armed Forces Bowl, Cotton Bowl. Something is we're going to bring to you. If not, then it's going to be basketball for the rest of the year until we start out with baseball or whatever. The year's over in college football. Do you have anything you want to say after covering this for this whole year?
This has been a fun year, and I'm glad we've been part of some of the biggest games that have played a key factor. It's been something else.
All right, guys. I guess that's it from Waco, and we'll see y'all next time.